Hey, welcome to another episode of the Evolved Dad Shortcast. I want to tell you a story. There was a dad, much like many other dads. He didn't have anything special going on, really. He was doing well business-wise. Nothing spectacular, but doing well. He was building a family, had a house, was tinkering with things on the side here and there. Wasn't particularly in shape, wasn't necessarily eating well, wasn't eating well. And over time, went through some ups and downs, eventually came to a point where things took a nosedive for him. And he realized that it was time to make a change. And slowly but surely, he started to make big changes. He started showing up better. He started learning more. He started reading more. He started listening to podcasts to improve his knowledge for day-to-day life, as opposed to just listening to music. He cut back on watching things, started reading more, started spending more time with his wife, had a real focus on it, started spending time with his kids. And he started seeing that he was going up that big mountain of excitement, that big mountain of, I'm doing this, working his way towards that peak. One summer, things were, I guess, put into a position where they were a lot of fun for the family. And the dad had a setback. He had a setback where his exercise and healthy eating pretty much went out the window. A lot of his routine just went out the window. And it was primarily from the fact that he just wasn't in his normal workings. Well, he never quite fully recovered from that. Everything was sort of wobbly after that. After having a month or two of inconsistencies, things just got totally thrown off. Things with work were crazy, and he just never really fully got back to it. Now, let's refocus to today. Welcome. That's a little bit of my story. A brief version. A couple days ago, I had a situation that I was dealing with, trying to do some stuff on the side, re-upping my game as far as workout. The healthy eating primarily has been redialed in. The workout is mostly dialed back in. And there's a bunch of things that are going on the side. I realized that I hadn't put out my Evolved Dad content in a while. There was about a month break where I just hadn't put out any content. And I realized that a bunch of things were falling through the cracks. So I started doubling down. One of the things that I did was I started making a point of taking some time at night to read, getting back into that. Another was re-upping my workout, getting back to my 100 push-ups a day, which unfortunately is kind of tough for me right now. I'm definitely feeling it. And there have been points where I've been doing push-ups on my knees as opposed to regular push-ups. Because to me, the importance is to grow to that point of 100. There's something in my mind of doing 100 every day. And I'm slowly building up. Some days I could do them all normally. Some days it's rough. And then yesterday, my computer crashed. All gone. Now, thankfully, I have a lot of things backed up and stored in the cloud. All gone. So I spent quite some time. Little caveat. I've taken on some other things in my life to restructure, get back on the path, which leaves me very little time outside of that for these sorts of issues. And I've been working through it slowly. I had to make a decision. I could spend endless hours on fixing up my computer, or I can continue focusing on the things that are important. And it took a decision. It took some time thinking about it. Because on one hand, there's so much reliant on this computer. On the other hand, there's really more that's reliant, or a lot that's reliant, on me staying consistent with my habits. So after some back and forth, I decided, you know what? If I'm going for these habits, and these are something that I've decided are important, I'm going all in. And I took the time to continue working on on those habits. And I didn't break to use my computer. The reason that I'm bringing up this story is because it's important that when we set goals, that we make sure that we're setting a goal for something that's important for us. Whatever it may be, at whatever point in time in life, making sure that it's important for us to get to that point, to reach that goal. And I want to say that more important than getting to that goal perfectly is starting. More important than me doing perfect push-ups every single day, to me, is the number 100. There's a certain consistency aspect and a certain growth that I saw out of it when I did it the first time around, where going to 100 was pushing me past a number of limits. It was difficult, it was taxing on my body, but in the long run, it was amazing. So I have that perspective already. When I first started with it, I was building up slowly. So at that point, the importance was doing push-ups properly with proper form. Doing real push-ups with proper form. I'm past that point now. Now for me, this time around, it's important that I do those 100 push-ups. So as long as I'm keeping my form, even if I'm not doing the regular push-ups that I'd like to do, it's important that I get to that 100. It's important to me that I get back into increasing my knowledge in different areas of life. It's important to me that I take out time for my wife. It's important to me that I learn better ways to not to deal with, but to work with my kids, to work through situations where I'm still not proficient. I'm still struggling in areas. And to me, it's important to get to that point. Hence the reading. Hence the understanding concepts and ideas. I want to encourage you to not give up. I want to encourage you, even when you've had that upward trajectory for years, 2-3 years, and then you lose it, don't give up. Even if there's a hiatus of a year, don't give up. Get back to it. Take it slow, but set your sights on a goal that's important to you. Take that time to figure out, where do I want to go? Go back to your perfect day. Make sure you have your perfect day exercise ironed out. You'll know exactly where you have to go. Then you break it down and focus on that. Yes, we're going to stumble. It's a journey. Going up the mountain is not going to be a straight path. There's going to be things that are in the way. We're going to have setbacks. But the most important thing is that we get to the top. And it's something that each and every one of us can do. We just have to choose to stay on that journey. As always, I want to thank you for spending your time with me today. This is Jonathan, the Evolved Dad, signing off.